Hare Namaha, Hari Sarvottama, Vaijivottama. Today I am going to introduce you one fantastic framework that helps you to put your kids into the right path and help them to excel in their life with lot of ethics and values that are being taught by our Madhva Siddhantha. Are you ready to absorb that framework? Just stay with me for another few minutes so that you understand the framework and you know how it works and how to use it. As a parents, one good thing that we always do is we give some good references to our kids so that they can understand how to behave properly or how to learn better and how to behave themselves very well. So these references, I am classifying these references into two types. One is near reference and second one is far reference. So let's understand what is near reference. In near reference, you give example or reference of someone who is very near to your kid. For example, it could be kid's elder brother, it could be elder cousin, or it could be a classmate in the school, or it could be another student in the Gurukul or in the Vidyapit or wherever they go. So this is called as a near reference. And far reference is something where you give a reference of those characteristics who are not seen so frequently by your kid, and your kid cannot interact with them so frequently, and sometimes kid cannot even know where to find them. So this is called as far reference. So let's discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of both near reference and far reference. Let's understand what is near reference. In the near reference, parents give reference of other kids where they have seen some values. The advantage of near reference is it's very easy to give and it is very easy to find. You may like some kid within your own house or in the school or in the nearby place and then give reference of that kid to your son. So for example, you want to make your younger son understand and adopt good behavior of your elder son. Then you normally say, hey, look at how your elder brother is doing, studies very neatly and very nicely, and he's doing very good hard work. So neatly, rightly, and then doing hard work, these are all the values that you are giving as a reference to your younger son. So this is called as near reference, where your son, the younger son, can see the elder son. The person whom you are referring is being seen by other person. So this is called as near reference. In the far reference, you are giving reference of a characteristic or a person who is not so frequently in the sense, not even in like 3 months, 2 months, that person is visible, or sometimes that person is not visible at all to your kid. So this is called as a far reference. The far reference, the advantage here is in the Madhva Siddhantha, we have lot of Puranas and Pramanas and Shrutis where many important characteristics containing lot of values are being explained very well. For example, Prahlada, Dhruva Maharaja, Nachiketa, like that there are so many, Markandeya, so many are there whom you can give as a reference to your kid. This is called as a far reference. So now let's understand which reference giving is good. I recommend very strongly you give far reference. Let me tell you why. This is where the crux of the framework comes into picture. In the near reference, if you say your younger son that your elder son is really doing good and he's like a model for you, go and learn from him. This is the reference that you have given, thinking that after 3 months of time, your younger son will start behaving like a elder son by acquiring a lot of values. But what happens is human ego starts from our birth itself. So with this ego, what happens? Your kid try to prove that he is right and his elder brother is wrong. So in proving that, he tried to search a lot of negativity that are there in the elder brother. And of course, he will find because nobody is perfect in this world. Everybody has plus and minus. So he will find negatives. Once he finds negative, he starts focusing on that. As Madhva Siddhant says, the way how you focus on God, the way how you focus on subjects, you will acquire those very eventually. So he starts acquiring those negative values, and then after 3 months of period, to your surprise, he will start showing you those negative features or negative characteristics in himself. But in a far reference, say you always kept giving the examples of Dhruva Maharaja, Prahlada, Nachiketa, Harishchandra. A lot of characteristics are there in our Puranas and Itihas, and through whom you tell the values by extracting them to your kid. Then it is very hard for kid to find out negativity in Prahlada and then in Dhruva Maharaj and all. Of course, in today's world, there is one very bad thing that tells negativity of lot of our good characteristics from whom we want our kids to learn is movies, cartoons, and serials. For example, there are plenty of movies that are getting created by anti-Hindus to prove that Krishna was a bad person, Rama was a bad person. So, if your kids are addicted to these kind of movies and all, and you at your family you are enjoying as if that you are modern by looking at these movies and all, surely will kid will try to find negativity in those characteristics also, and finally acquires those negative characters. So let's keep them very away from these distractions and then try to give as much as values as possible. So with this, what happens? Your kid will start focusing more on the positive values and good values of Dhruva Maharaja, like commitment, praising the God, and then going through Guru to achieve the God blessings. So these good characteristics they will acquire and they will start implementing in their behavior, and you see very good positive results. So to conclude very strongly here in this framework, what I'm trying to say here is apply the for reference logic as much as possible. Identify, do your hard work as a parents. That is where the first 5 years of kid will come into picture, like lalayet panchavarshani dashavarshani tadayet. Lalayet means what? You don't need to give them fruits, you don't need to give them biscuits, you don't need to give them ice cream and chocolate, take them to the fun world, take them to the movies, and take them to the malls. No, that is not called as lalayet. Lalayet means you are trying to give them lot of respect, attachment, and then values. This is called as lalayet. Once you give this from your hard work, it needs hard work. In a near reference, it doesn't need hard work. You just see someone and then say, hey, look at him, be like that. It's very easy. But in a rare reference, far reference, you have to really give them with your own hard work. And that is where your commitment as a parent and lalayat panchavashani comes into picture. Once you do it, definitely your kid will acquire those.